If you've just been caught shoplifting, well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear that because that sucks. But there are some things that you can do to keep this from being a nightmare of sorts. I'd say at this point, it's all about damage control. So let me tell you what you need to do. The first thing is you've got to get your court dates locked in correctly. I suggest that you contact the clerk of court immediately and verify your court date with the clerk. Don't trust the court date given to you by the cops that they wrote down on your paperwork. They write dates that I think they pull out of thin air sometimes. They're simply incorrect. And we're looking for damage control here. You don't want to be at work one day and get arrested on a warrant, embarrassed in front of your boss and everything else because you missed a court date you didn't even know you had. So the clerk is going to have your best resource for a court date. And by the way, if you're wondering what happens on your first court date, I've got a video that kind of talks about what happens on your first court date. You should check that out if you're interested. If you hire an attorney, actually, you won't need those court dates. You'll probably never go to court because we attorneys handle petty thefts without you having to go to court most of the time. So if you get an attorney, I doubt you'll ever show up in court. But I know some of you aren't shy and you crave public speaking. You just want to go to that podium by yourself and do some public speaking to the room. For the rest of you, get an attorney and you'll avoid that situation altogether. You won't have to go to court. But once you get your court date verified through the clerk, my second piece of advice, it's going to sound like a barber telling you that you need a haircut, but you know this is coming. I'm an attorney, and I'm going to tell you that you're going to need an attorney on this because the sad truth is people with attorneys on these cases do way better than those without, sort of statistically speaking. Not that you need stats for that. I think it's kind of common sense. But you ought to see the bad sentences handed out to folks that sort of walk in there unprotected versus the folks who do have an attorney. And to add insult to injury, these bad sentences without an attorney really end up costing more than what they could have hired an attorney for anyway. So it's something to think about. So I thank you for watching. And if this thing happened in Central Florida, well, we're talking about Orange County, Seminole County, Osceola, Brevard, Lake, Polk, or Volusia. These are my backyard counties. Give me a call and let's see if we can help you out. I thank you for watching and take care.